Hello and welcome back to Screamers, everybody. I'm Honor. I'm here in the studio with Maya and Jessie, and this week we're going to look through the last bit of the international break and a very exciting WSL weekend. Let's go.
Let's do it. So before we dig into all the action from this weekend of the WSL, there were a few more international games since we were last on the air. Shall we talk about England versus Ghana? 2-0 win for England. Nice way to round out the year of internationals. I mean, not the highlight, that was in Switzerland, but a nice way to end the calendar year.
A slightly better opponent than last week as well, I think.
I think slightly is really underselling Ghana, to be honest. I think significantly better opponent than China. I thought defensively they were they were fun to watch in general, but defensively they were so calm and measured. Their recovery speed as well. I think it was... Boachi went on like a foot race with Aggie Beaver-Jones. There's like 20 years or something between them, and Boachi just smoked Aggie. It was fantastic. And Conlon, the goalkeeper, I thought played for the most part really well as well for Ghana. But we've got to talk about Lucia Kendall.
It was her night.
Her night. Written in the stars from the moment that game was announced in Southampton. Came up through the Southampton Academy. Fated.
Me and Jessie were so obsessed with her. We were texting during the game, like, oh my God, our child.
My baby, I'm so proud of her.
We have become platonic mothers.
Yeah, this year, if you're in the...
Congratulations.
If you're in the market for 2 new surrogate mums, congrats, you're locked in. From the moment that VT rolled and it was all like the photos of her as a kid in Southampton Academy, I was like, I'm sold now, I'm locked in for life.
I was welling up, for real.
So was she when she scored that goal.
I mean, can you blame her? Like,
no.
What a way to
So was the groundskeeper.
She almost dug through to the earth's core with the dirt she left in that field.
I respect that big knee slide celebration so much, though. I think who knows when you're going to have another moment like this, scoring a first goal for England in your childhood ground.
Yeah,
knee slide.
I think I always have a little bit of concern when I see players knee slide, because there was that one player, I don't know what league it was, did a knee slide, got stuck in the turf and did their ACL. And just the prevalence of ACLs in the women's game, I'm like, stop knee sliding. But if there's ever one that's been earned, it was that. It was a brilliant deep run to come in and poach that goal.
In the words of Michelle McManus, some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this.
Wow.
She's only that 20. I don't think she really waited a lifetime, did she?
But some people do.
Yeah, some people do. So it's okay to carve up the pitch.
Yeah, it was a very, very hungry finish.
Yeah.
I really liked how she was just putting herself in that position, running into the box, just crashing, and no one else was there when that ball didn't get cleared away. She was the one who had eyes on it and was ready to tap it home.
She said in her post-match that, building on the fact that she is so hungry, she said in her post-match that to Ian Wright that's not a massive part of her game at the moment, but it's a part that she really wants to improve on and she really wants to get better with. So you can see that she's like so up for it.
Bit like watching Vika Captain play for Chelsea and for Netherlands. Like, that's similar, because I think that's an area that's grown into her game as well, isn't it? The sort of late box crashing runs. I thought she just looked so measured and composed throughout, and I really enjoyed hearing from her first coach when she was coming up through Southampton, who's now the director of women's football there, Marianne Spacey-Kettle, saying she plays having made that next decision. She knows what she's not just doing with the ball when she gets it, but what's then going to happen after, who she's going to play it to, what's going to come from that. And that's such elite level thinking when you think about how to play football, to be a player that young, and that just to be demanding some of the passes that she was demanding.
Yeah.
Long may it continue.
It's really exciting to watch, because to see her probably progress and be a completely different footballer in a few years' time, like the foundation that she has is so solid. Yeah. And you can tell that like her ceiling is so much higher than this as well. So really exciting. And
then some of the other players for England, some other debutantes. Anouk Denton got her 60-second debut.
Yeah. No, guys, I have quite strong feelings about this. I think it's genuinely just disrespectful to give a player their England debut for all of about 30 seconds.
I think it's quite humiliating.
Yeah, it's like, just
why?
First of all, what's the point?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you can tick a box and say that you've played for England for mere seconds. Yeah. I don't know what it's serving for the team. Yeah. I don't know what it's doing for Anouk, other than just kind of handing her this
I think it was that.
Meaningless cap.
Well, Serena said it was kind of a reward for how hard she's been working in the camp. But you're right.
Give
it's
her
kind
10 minutes.
Yeah, give her a chance to get her foot on the ball. I don't know if she touched the ball, did she, when she came on?
And I don't know if it would have felt necessarily like a reward for her.
Yeah.
No, I mean, she seemed obviously thrilled, like anyone would, but I just feel deep down that what's the point? It's just, for me, it's disrespectful.
Yeah. Quite a fresh new team though. Obviously, some of the old guards still on the pitch who came on. So Alicia Russo replaced a quite quiet Aggie Beaver-Jones. Don't think she really had the game to see out the year that she would have wanted. I thought Taylor Hines looked good again. Just kind of got things done.
I thought Taylor Hines looked good.
Anyone else that stood out to you, either good or bad?
I was not super impressed with Missy Kearns. I thought she was a bit hesitant. In the attacking phases of play, which I don't think you really want to see against an opponent like Ghana. I think, and in a friendly as well, I think I want to see her trying to prove herself and being confident and putting progressive passes in, whereas she's just like a little bit hesitant. Obviously, she missed a couple of chances as well, which is a shame and maybe unlucky, but she could have shown a bit more of what she's got to offer for me.
I think she got herself a stupid yellow card really early in the game. I expect way more from her than kicking the ball away 10 minutes into a game. Like, you've been captain of the England under-23s for a while now. You know better than that. And it kind of, I wonder how much that played on her. And was like, I'll just do the simple things. I'll just recycle possession. Did put herself in some good positions, had a few shots, needed to be more clinical, but maybe wasn't as adventurous as she would have been. But nice way to see out the year for the Lionesses. Onwards and upwards to the qualifiers next year. Serena's probably got a lot to think about with how the players have been playing over the course of these friendlies. But elsewhere, Wales got their first win, guys.
I know. Yes. Made up for them.
Wales broke their, 12?
11 losses, then they got a draw. And now this is their first win.
Yeah, it was a Sophie Ingle. Again, Sophie Ingle rolling about the years on the score sheet again. Come on, girl. Hannah Kane and Lily Woodham. So, some of our faves. And then one of the Swiss Queens, obviously one of the Swiss Queens was playing for Switzerland, but another one of our children from across football, Iman Bene, scored with an assist from Reuteler. I wonder if Reuteler is still rumoured to be coming to Arsenal.
I know.
I think that's a very exciting rumour.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you think it's not true.
No, more Swiss Queens do the WSL.
Just slowly, all of them. Just Leah Volti is just sending all of them. She's doing the Emma Hayes thing, but for Arsenal.
Keep it coming.
And of course, Spain have been crowned champions of the prestigious Nations League.
Sorry, I nodded off for a moment.
No, congratulations to Spain. Obviously, it's not the most highly thought of trophy, but a trophy's a trophy, and they did it without Bonmati, without Patry, without other key players, with a couple of goals from Claudia Pina and one from Vicky Lopez. So that was a 3-0 win in the second leg after a 0-0 first leg. And tough for Germany, to be honest, because
they had nice for them to end the year with something good.
They've been playing well, but then obviously when you go away for the second leg and you're playing against Spain, it's not looking good. You can't let them do that.
I find the format of it so strange to have a two-legged final, and also even weirder that the third place match kicked off half an hour after the final. What are we doing here? It all kind of kicked off in the France-Sweden game at one point. They were all like scrapping in the goal mouth. It was like, guys, it's the Nations League.
No, I love a scrap. Even in the Nations League. In any competition, a scrap is welcome.
Well, some scrappy games this weekend.
Oh, what a segue. That for a segue.
WSL is back. We were all at the Emirates yesterday, and I thought we'd probably start there, but actually we're all kind of high on adrenaline from finishing watching the Everton-Chelsea game. Was it ever going to end?
Well, not if the ref had anything to do with it.
Eventually the ref remembered they were in charge of ending the game.
How much was Todd Bowley slipping into that referee's pocket to try and get a few more minutes? Chelsea fans, you might want to turn off for the next few minutes, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I have to say it was very funny because I was with JPH and I said, when the game kept going on, I turned to them, I said, it's corrupt. This league is corrupt. They were like, even as a Chelsea fan, I agree. Yeah, I know.
That was
what is going on?
I know they had to add on a bit of extra time in the 90 minutes. So there was 5 minutes added on time originally, and then obviously Ruby Mace went down with a head injury, so there's a bit of extra time. There wasn't 2 minutes worth of extra time for 2 corners and a
free kick,
a quite contentious free kick. I thought Everton, I mean,
what a fucking shift from Courtney Brosnan. I'm sorry.
What a shift. But every single
Ruby Mace, they played so
Ruby
well.
Mace for me was player of the match. I think Courtney Brosnan got the player of the match, and she did pull off some really good saves, but Ruby Mace just put her pussy into it.
Was that in the official match report, was it?
In the official match report, she put everything into defending her box.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting, obviously, to see her, who she usually plays in the 6, her dropping back as a centre-back for Everton, and she just put a proper shift in, and that shows her versatility as well.
But it was all of them. Like Vignola had some. There was one block that I just had me stood up and cheering from Vignola. Catch a Snoice with absolute goal line clearance. I mean,
Kelly Gargo's height defending the box.
Kelly Gargo was doing she kept forcing, because Chelsea were getting desperate towards the end. Like the corkscrew, they were just turning up and turning up and turning up the pressure. And Kelly Gargo was forcing, when Ellie Carpenter got the ball, when Lucy Bronze got the ball, to make those passes quickly. And so Chelsea couldn't be quite as fluid in attack as you think they would be. And we also need to shout out Everton's goal, because the ball,
such a nicely worked goal.
The ball through from Mamiki, while falling as well, plays this incredible ball through to Tony Payne, who then puts this really dangerous cross across the box. I think Kelly Gargo was so unlucky that she couldn't get a touch on that. And then Hayashi's just there to absolutely
perfect
sweeping up at the back
pinpoint
post.
accuracy.
Wow.
It was a Brian Sorensen masterclass, but also at the same time, Chelsea's luck seemed to be just disappearing.
Oh yeah,
the amount of times they hit the woodwork.
Yeah.
Then it kind of develops into this weird hysteria, desperation.
Yeah.
Like, how are we not scoring? How are we not scoring? How are we not scoring?
The crowd were in a frenzy.
As
the wait
time.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Sonia was so
I would not want to be in that
angry.
Can we
room.
talk about the moment where Santi Baltimore had just taken she'd obviously taken about 1 million corners.
Yeah.
But she just put 2 corner kicks in a row out straight away behind the goal.
Yeah.
And Sonia goes, Sunday, that's twice now. I was like, oh my days.
Sonny's in trouble.
This woman is terrifying.
Sandy Baltimore's just looking around like pretending it's not for her. Like, God, she seems angry about something, doesn't she?
Sunday!
It was. I mean, in a game also where I don't think Brian Sorensen stopped shouting at all for the 95 minutes, to hear Sonia Bonpastor above all of that. Wow, it was. But this is what Everton were first to every second ball. They were so reactive. So Chelsea players had to snatch at those shots, and they had to try and do stupid things. And it was panicking them. You could tell it was panicking them, because that's 34 games in the WSL unbeaten.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's over, thank God. Thank God it's over.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I can't stop grinning talking about it.
Well, that leaves...
Sorry, I'm just so happy.
At the same time, 30...
no pretense of being neutral.
Well, I'm not a neutral, sorry.
No. At the same time, though, it is over. Chelsea's unbeaten streak in the league is over, but for Sonia Bonpastor, 34 games.
Incredible.
Unbeaten in the WSL.
Yeah.
And an invincible first season in the WSL. You can't undersell that.
Hearing that, actually, I cannot believe we are now only 2 points behind Chelsea. I don't know how we've scammed that, I have to be honest. We have had such a terrible season.
Yeah.
Scams all round.
How are
in
we
the
2
WSL
points
this season.
only behind Chelsea?
I just think the WSL is so much more competitive than we've seen it in the past few years. There are lots of teams who can take lots of points off each other. So
and including the top teams.
Yeah.
So it's really, really exciting.
So Man City are now 6 points clear after their quite straightforward win over Leicester. 3 goals, 2 from Bunny Shaw, and then the ball Bunny Shaw plays through for Carolyn for the third.
That was really nice, yeah.
Oh, that was magic. Looked like there might be an upset on the cards with Manchester United West Ham as well.
Yeah, so they were obviously drawing for quite a period of that game. And then, Dominique Janssen's free kick to to win it for United was just sublime.
Yeah.
Why has she not been on free kicks until now?
I know.
But that's what we always say. I had to watch
it again. I was like, is that Dominique Janssen?
We always say that about players, and then they score an amazing free kick, and then they get put on free kicks, and they never score one again.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you just have to randomly roll the dice, choose a player to take a free kick, and they might just score one.
Yeah.
But as amazing as Dominique Janssen's winning goal was, can we have a little moment to talk about Shakira Martinez's bicycle kick?
I did wonder how long it was going to be before we brought that one up. We're 30 seconds of talking about West Ham before we got the bicycle kick in. Wow.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. I mean, that first goal, we did say, didn't we, when she scored her first one, then she would have the confidence to do
that
Shakira
is
Martinez's.
confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what this means for West Ham? I don't know. Is it a sign of progress that they are staying in games a bit more than they were, at least? But yeah, obviously they need to start picking up some points.
I really enjoyed watching the Spurs Aston Villa game.
Yes. The Spurs just continue to impress me.
Yeah, they felt really well matched as teams. It was great for neutral.
Yeah, it was.
Really end-to-end stuff. And I thought, again, like, both keepers played quite well. I thought there was a lot of chances that could have ended up in goals, and then completely against the run of play after going a player down I'll be honest, really could not argue against that second yellow. No. And I think it wouldn't have been the most outrageous straight red card, I don't think, for a completely stupid tackle. But Kirsty Hansen just completely...
Moment of magic.
The outside of the boot finish. Oh my God, it was beautiful.
That was
stunning.
Beautiful.
And then I think Aston Villa players, Arroyo probably only just stopped celebrating, and Bethany England headed it into the net.
I love that instant response. That was I love that for Beth England. She deserved that.
That's a captain's response, for sure.
But it was also such a peak Beth England header as well. Like the run to the near post, flick it over. It was absolutely fantastic. And
it was a really exciting last kind of 15 minutes of that game, wasn't it?
Yeah, because both teams were really going for it. Because going down to 10 didn't seem to, if anything, Villa kind of looked a bit better after they went down to 10. I think they just couldn't take
up a bit.
Yeah, well, they couldn't take any sort of complacency. But Olivia Holt, who I think I would maybe say she was my player of... I know Beth England came away with it, but I would maybe say Olivia Holt was my player of the match because of how creative she was. And then breaks through, the power she puts on that shot to score the winner, and then her celebration when she gets bundled by everybody, and then
cramp.
Guys, get it! Oh, I've got cramp. And so they're all like massaging Olivia Holt's leg.
Sweet little celebration. Group massage.
It wouldn't look out of place in the World Sevens. Let's say that.
Yeah, I think Spurs deserve that win, though. I think Aston Villa's goal was, like you said, against the run of play. And I think Spurs look great, like defensively. They look so organised, and they're just going from strength to strength for me.
Yeah, I loved how the camera cut to the Spurs bench and all of the coaches just in a massive sort of group jumping hug. And then Martin Ho punched the air and nearly punched one of his coaches in the face.
But you could see what it means to them. They're on such a journey, and like I really liked that shot actually because it really showed like all the coaching staff was so made up to have got that win.
Yeah, keeps them level on points with Arsenal as well.
I know.
Hey, you had a win yesterday. You can't complain.
We had a win. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jessie. We were all at the Emirates, Jessie in the away end.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a win, and I think we deserved it. Obviously, you don't.
No, I think a draw would have been a fair outcome to that game because you might have had the better chance of the attacking, but you also were doing nothing with it.
Yeah. I think it wasn't an impressive display at all. I think we were really not looking strong going forward. I think we were passing back when we should have been trying to move forward.
Yeah.
So like you say, we weren't making enough of our possession at all. I thought Liverpool looked good, actually. I think you had some really nice passages of play.
Yeah, I was quite impressed by, considering it was a bit of a makeshift defence because Grace Fisk is out. And so Hannah Silcock kind of got thrown into the deep end. But I thought Hannah Silcock played well for the most part.
Yeah, I was
Jenna
impressed
Clark,
by both of them.
Yeah. I thought we were missing was not necessarily Grace Fisk's defensive sort of know-how, but it was the knowing when to go from, because obviously Gareth Taylor is all about his recycling possession, keeping the ball. Grace Fisk knows when to then push that on and turn that from keeping to like something more progressive. And I think that's what we were missing yesterday, is having someone who knew when to trigger it.
For sure.
And another Olsen goal.
I know. I'm really loving watching this little Olsen arc. How many games has she scored in? I feel like she's scoring every week.
The entire season rests kind of on Beata Olsen not getting injured. So it's really, really, really quite stressed every time she went near a tackle. I was like, no. We had a bench of only 5 yesterday, of which Only 4 of them were outfield players. Two of them were fresh, like not far back from injury, and one of them was a baby from the academy. So we really are really up against it. But we did win the refereeing battle by not conceding a free kick for the most audacious back pass I've ever seen.
That was insane.
All of the fans, all of us in the Liverpool away, and we just sort of watched because it was right in front of us as well.
You're like, don't say anything. Let's just go with it.
And Hannah Silcock didn't even try to couch what had happened. Hannah Silcock to me went, no. And the ref just inexplicably thumbs up,
waved up. I was like, are you sure?
So funny. High point of the weekend, if you ask me.
Also, Brighton beat London City Lionesses 1-0, and they're now in 6th and 7th. So Brighton are one step closer to London City Lionesses in 6th. So things are getting quite exciting. It's very tight in the middle of the table. It is time for us to choose our Screamers of the Week. So for those who don't know, this is a little segment where we choose the best screamer from across the women's game every single week. And last week, that was Maya with Kyra Cooney Cross's long range banger.
So what are you going for this week then?
I can't decide between 2 goals. One is obviously Shakira Martinez's bicycle kick because it was so fun.
Yeah.
And the other is Claudia Pina's second goal in the Nations League. Second leg of the final.
Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
So tin pot.
Spain fans, turn off now.
I'm going to go just for the sheer audacity with Shakira Martinez.
Yeah.
Because it was so fun and tricky. And I loved Annie Colston's kind of tricky goal a few weeks ago, which I shouted out. But this week I'm going to go with the tricky goal.
Yes.
And I just thought it was so fun. And it's nice to see a player in the WSL doing something like just with that kind of confidence and just like for the hell of it and then it coming off.
Yeah, so, more bicycle kicks, 2026.
Honestly, more bicycle kicks. Not from you, Lindsay. Enough from you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm going for. What are you going to go for, Jessie?
I am actually going to go to our beloved competition, the World Sevens, for my Screamer of the Week. Because it came back in Fort Lauderdale this weekend. I think the final might be happening now, maybe. Just pure chaos once again. Side note, I have a new rule that I think they should introduce in the next wave of the World Sevens, which is if you don't do a fun celebration for your goal, it should be struck off.
Love.
Because the San Diego wave were just being entirely too serious for me, and
they don't get it.
They don't get it. It's meant to be silly. It's a fun holiday. But it was for the Tigres AFC Toronto game. Maria Sanchez got a hat trick, of which the third one was just one of the most sublime goals. Hits is from sort of, I have no idea if the distances evolved because I don't know how big that pitch is. But outside the box, right towards the sort of left touch line, hits this ball. And you can see, when a ball is moving so fast but also kind of slow, so you can see all of the movement in midair. And it just takes this perfect swerve and then in off the far post. And then,
satisfying stuff.
Absolutely beautiful. Anna, what are you picking?
I think, I don't know if this is going to be a winner after how incredible that Shakira Martinez goal was. And I'm sure your World Sevens goal is also a showstopper. But also special shout out to Dominic Janssen for her free kick. Because that was a banger. But I'm going to go to Nottingham Forest's Shani Boyhalorka for her goal, her first goal. She scored a brace in this game against Sunderland. The ball falls to her and she just smashes it into the roof of the net. I think a smash. It does something for me. Smash. So yeah, also didn't mention earlier, but she was great for Ghana. And such a cool game for her to play. Obviously her 2 nationalities. Yeah, big up Shani.
Nice. We'll put the clips on Instagram and then you can go off and vote. Well, we couldn't let the year end without one more chance for some discourse in women's football. So thank you to The Guardian for revealing their latest 100 best women's footballers from around the world. I always really enjoy it when this list drops, mainly because it's a chance to see a really big range of footballers. Yeah. It's what the Ballon d'Or wishes it was, I think. Yeah. So there was lots of names from around the world. And also The Guardian, for the data nerds among us, Maya, The Guardian did release all of the vote totals as well, so there's a lot of things to dig into.
Oh, there's a big Google sheet.
There's a big old Google sheet. I guess we should get out of the way that the winner was, for the 3rd year in a row, maybe 4th, Aitana Bonmati. So yeah, anything else we want to shout out?
I'm also mind blown that there was a total of 104,140 votes.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Absolutely crazy. I mean, when you think there's that many votes and that many voters involved, the fact that Bonmati has won it again is very impressive.
Yeah.
I actually have less of an objection to her winning this than to winning the Ballon d'Or because it's such a, I don't know, process. But I always find that this list is just more interesting outside of the top 5 because the top 5 is kind of predictable, but beyond that, it's kind of...
Although I'm not sure I would have thought... I'm not sure I would have predicted Hannah Hampton be number 5.
First time in the top 100 to come in at number 5.
Yeah.
I really like it, though.
Yeah, I thought that was... well, it feels like it justifies the performance she's had this year for both club and country.
I think just like the Ballon d'Or, it's difficult having a competition like this where people are individually ranked when football is like so deeply a team game.
Yeah.
So I think there's always going to be so many disagreements on, especially with a list of 100.
Yeah.
Like that is quite difficult to like. I'm not sure I would know how I'd want to rank 100 players.
Well, that could be your homework after this episode.
Once again,
Please
don't tempt me
don't
with time. And I also think when you have such a hugely diverse panel, so it's 127 people voting, making their list of the top 40.
Yeah.
I do think that does kind of randomize the results in some way. Like I'm not a statistician. I know, surprising, shock.
What?
But it seems to me that if you have that hugely diverse a panel and they all have so many votes, even if they're taking out the top and bottom vote of everyone's, which I think is what they did.
Yeah.
It's still slightly going to kind of cancel a few things out and slightly randomize it, I think. There were some kind of random things for me, like I'm surprised, for example, that Kim Little was lower than Katie McCabe.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that one.
I don't understand that one. I also think Erin Cuthbert being so low down was, although she was 69, which is obviously iconic, but in my opinion, there were players who ranked higher than her that she would leave in her dust.
I mean, Chloe Kelly in 11th.
Yeah, for example, I don't think there's a difference between 11th and 69th. Or maybe she's not even...
Sorry, we're going to have to go back to maths for you.
There is no difference.
But Chloe Kelly... 11 and Erin Cuthbert 69 doesn't actually make sense to me. It does make sense to me in terms of like optics and visibility and platform.
I think for the most part, I do find, like you said, the balancing out of the votes and the diversity of people involved in voting, it doesn't suffer from the dictated by the highlights reel as some other competitions do, but I think it still is to a certain extent. It's kind of impossible to not be, because I think Chloe Kelly ranking so highly is... She's had an incredible highlights reel this year.
Yeah.
But also can't deny the fact that she's not a kind of game dictator, I would say.
No,
in a way that other people in sort of the top 20 are.
Yeah, and not a consistent performer either. Whereas
or
you
starter.
Even starter, let alone performer. You look at some of these other top players who are performing at the very top level week in, week out for their clubs and countries. And then Chloe Kelly, who obviously has had some really amazing moments, is up there with them, but she isn't doing it as consistently or as regularly or even as well.
Yeah. It felt, some of the... I also found, I mean, obviously, it's a very difficult task to then condense all of those votes and then have to write the short little pithy paragraph. But some of the players that it was like... Oh, and through missing half of the season injury, absolutely they would have been higher up this list. And then for other players, like, oh, even though they missed half of the season, we know it would have been an incredible season. So we put them at 22nd. You're like, no, that you can't have it one way or the other.
No.
I would have personally put Marta slightly higher, simply because of the...
What number was Marta?
She was 19th, which is still a very good result, but just for the Copa America final alone, not to immediately go back on my own.
But I guess this is exactly what we're talking about. Like, there's no way to make a completely infallible list because there's things like, you already have pointed out an inconsistency, but then you're like, oh, but I would have put higher. Like, but that is obviously like, we're humans. We are infallible. I mean, sorry, no, we're fallible.
We're fallible. quite fallible.
Well, sorry, I speak for myself.
But some of the Yui Hasegawa 28th, I mean, flies under the radar quite a lot, I think, because of just how but there's the metronome of that City team. Eula Brand 34. Some of the most intriguing parts of this list to me was just remembering how young some of these players are. Melchi Dumone is only 22.
That's crazy.
Like, We have got a very long time of being traumatized by how incredible Melchi Domine is on the pitch. But yeah, digging into the spreadsheet, I thought it was quite interesting because you could see that which players had also, despite not coming at various points in the list, had been given number one votes by some people. Because somebody picked Kim Little as their best player in the world.
Renee?
That's Jen Beattie, surely.
Was she one of the voters?
Actually, I don't know.
Was Renee one of the voters? No.
Some of the other people who got sort of a singular vote, Beth Mead was also seemed to get a singular shout for best player in the world. Yui Hasegawa got a vote. Only one person picked Hannah Hampton as the best in the world. It shows, I guess, how much the sort of broad range of votes can...
Well, also, because I think there's some... when I was looking at the list of voters, it's like some people are an assistant head coach in, like, a club in Europe. Or, like, I feel like when you're in a completely different ecosystem, you're going to be... Like, no one is going to have the really broad view.
Yeah.
So,
apart from us, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Goes without saying.
We're actually going to be a voter next year. Can you imagine?
We're the final panel. But yeah, I guess that's kind of the beauty of it. But also that's why you get these kind of, there are probably some people who haven't watched, 30 of these players play all season because they've been too busy working out tactics for their team in a completely different league, in a completely different country, on a completely different calendar.
If I understand the sort of all of the numbers in the spreadsheet properly, somebody said that Lindsay Heaps was the 5th best player in the world this year, which that person should be run out of football.
I love the framing of this sentence. Like, if I could possibly understand this correctly, I must not be understanding it correctly.
Yeah, sorry. It is simply so baffling to me that somebody would think only 4 players were better than Lindsay Heaps.
Did Emma Hayes have a vote?
No, you know who probably would have voted for Lindsay Heaps is Vlatko Andonovski, former US national team coach.
Checks out.
Yeah, so yeah, that sort of adds up. Martin Ho was a voter, actually, which is quite interesting. So was Jonathan Heraldes. Who else? Pedro Martinez Losa, who's now at Tigres but was formerly at Scotland. It's just, it's such a broad range of players. You've got Katrina Pedersen, who's the Denmark under-17s coach.
Yeah, exactly. It was a really diverse list, but I really like that because you can tell with the Ballon d'Or that it's really not that. So I think it's nice that the Garden do that. I think, great list. Everyone go and have a look at the list.
Yeah. Someone put Sina Galpset as 11th, so I wonder if that was Martin Ho.
Just if you come to Spurs, I'll vote you high in the Guardian list. Did you see who was 101st, who just missed out on the top 100?
No.
Do you want to have a guess? So they are they play in Europe and they are from a European nation.
It's quite broad.
Yeah, but you can ask for another clue. That's fine.
Okay.
Do they play in Liga FA?
Nope.
What does their surname start with?
No, that will give it away.
Do they play in Italy?
They do play in Italy.
Girelli?
Nope. She's in the top 100, I think.
Leah Velti.
Leah Velti.
Oh!
She was 101st. But yeah, it was a very, very fun list. If you've not seen it, go check it out. We can maybe link it in the stories and let us know which player you're most outraged at being on there.
Has anyone got anything for the Woso Community Noticeboard?
I have a small thing, which is more like, it's not necessarily news, but it is a new fact about a player that I have just found out from an interview.
Ooh.
And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the story of Ben White, a professional football player in the Premier League, famously hates football.
Yep.
According to everybody. He basically just said that he doesn't watch football in his free time. He doesn't particularly care about watching football or liking football. He seemed to be a complete outlier for a long time. We didn't hear of any other footballers who had no interest in watching football.
I don't know. Steph Houghton famously said she never watched women's football.
That's true. Well, that's true. But now we have a women's footballer who has come out and said that she doesn't like watching football, but also diplomatically, neither men's nor women's football. She won't put it on the telly. She'd rather watch a Netflix series. She would go to a game, or if there was a really big game on, she might invite friends round. She'd watch a game in a bar, but she would never watch a football game at home on her own. Does anyone have any guesses on who this player might be?
Can we have a clue?
She is a Spanish football player.
Is it going to be Bonmati?
No, she loves the footy.
Imagine. Wait, do they play in Spain?
Yeah, for Barcelona.
Well,
Patry?
No, think...
Paredes?
No, there's no P's.
Oh.
Okay. Think what?
There's no P's. Oh, okay, that rules out my next guess. Fine.
Alliterative initials.
Oh, my brain.
Oh God. I was like,
and famously the weirdest.
Katakoi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can.
She's just.
I can
she said
see
in the
that.
interview, very funny. And then the interviewer said, I was going to ask you who your favourite goalkeeper was, but maybe that's pointless seeing as you don't watch football. And she basically said it was like the Mallorca men's keeper from when she was growing up, because she used to go to the games.
The last time she watched a football match.
And then they said, do you ever go to the Camp Nou and watch any of the men's games? She was like, sometimes if Pina's going, I might go. But otherwise, nah, not really into it. Rather watch Netflix.
I am kind of obsessed with these people who kind of trip and fall by dint of being extremely talented into being professional footballers, and you just know that it's just a day job to
Yeah, exactly. They're just like, oh, I guess it's the thing I'm skilled in.
I will say though, she did say, I love playing football. I absolutely adore playing football, but I'm just not bothered about watching it.
Fair enough.
Can't relate, babe.
My thing for the notice board this week is BBC Sport have got this feature, Confessions Cam, where they ask players to sort of, it's like, what's their biggest ick? And lots of different questions, and they did it with the Chelsea players. It was showing in the Chelsea Everton game at half time. Side note, this is not the one I was going to bring up, but Ellie Carpenter was asked what her biggest ick was. She said, I don't think nothing gives me an ick. I think everything is just the way someone is. I was like, no, that's an ick. That is an ick of an answer. Get over yourself, Ellie Carpenter. But the thing that I thought was really funny was Aggie Beaver-Jones said that her rule change that she would make to the WSL would be that managers have to play a minimum of 10 minutes per game. So I was thinking, which managers would have the biggest impact on their team if they had to actually play?
I think I'm backing Renee.
I kind of say Sonia.
No knees, Renee. Yeah, Renee or Sonia.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Renee does have a bit more of the, like, despite the injuries, slightly more youth on her side.
Yeah,
that's why I thought.
But we all know Sonia is a baller.
Sonia might start taking her own players out if they play like they did today. Well, I was looking through which coaches, because not all of the coaches have a background in playing football. So Brian Sorensen, I couldn't find any evidence that he played. Mark Skinner was famously a teacher before he went into coaching. Martin Ho was at the Everton Academy. Don't know what position he played in. Didn't progress into playing for adults. Rick Passmore, I think he was just born a coach. I think he was just born middle-aged and with a jacket on with his initials on. He's never done anything else. But Natalia Arroyo was a defender. Sonia Van Pastor, obviously left-sided midfielder. And Eslega centre midfield. Rianne Skinner, potentially a defender. I couldn't find many details about what position Rianne played in.
I don't know either.
It was just like generically either a defender or a midfielder. Who knows? Justin Prashaw played as a kid, but again, no information on what he was. Andre Yeglet's a defender. Vidicic at Brighton, who was a winger. And Gareth Taylor was a forward. So I think I'm going to get him on the pitch for Liverpool.
Gaz Taylor, Forest legend.
Yeah, Gaz Taylor, Beata Olsen, striking partnership. I think we'll be shooting up the table in no time. But I thought it was quite funny that Aggie was like, no, they've got to play 10 minutes. They've got to play.
When you said Aggie, I thought you were going to say she would say no offsides, because that would probably help her out quite a lot with this this non-scoring run.
The rut she's in.
But I really like her thinking. I think that's a lot of fun. And I thought that after Sonia was screaming at Sunday Baltimore so much today that she might just run on the pitch and take a corner herself.
Really put proof to Aggie's statement.
That is all for Screamers this week, but come back next week for more WSL chat and of course some Champions League action. But until then,
follow us on Instagram, TikTok and YouTube at @screamers_pod, or if you want, you can email us at screamerspod@gmail.com.
And please follow, rate and review us wherever you're listening to us right now so we can reach even more women's football fans. Bye.
Bye. Bye.